Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Adam, and you are watching Unlimited Options Investing. Today in the market was very red. It was really ugly as investors were spooked from the concerns coming out of China with the Evergrande real estate company and the collateral damage as a result of the situation over there. And essentially, if you had stocks, they were going to be red unless you were shorting the market. In that case, congratulations on your trade. But if you were like me, you were down and down by quite a bit. It was pretty noteworthy, honestly, with the Dow Jones down 1.81%, the S&P 500 down 1.67%, and the NASDAQ 100 down 1.96%. And if I had no idea how the market had done over the course of the day, and at close, someone had told me, hey, Adam, the NASDAQ was down just about 2% today, I'd be like, oh, crap, that's pretty noteworthy. That's a pretty significant down day for the NASDAQ. And it was a gap down, a subsequent sell-off, and it found some buying pressure toward the end of the day. So I want to get more into that and the charts, as well as I did some shopping today. So I want to get into the 3 stocks that I did some nibbling at. So before I do, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hit that subscribe button here at Unlimited Options Investing. We talk everything from stocks, crypto, and options, and we're investing for the long term. And as always, smash that like button and let's get started. All right, getting right into it, into the candlesticks. So this is the FAANG index on the daily. So Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Every candlestick here is representing one day. And one thing I want to notice with you guys is how similar this chart is with the other indices that I'm going to show you in a moment. They're all different, of course, but they have some similarities. So firstly, we see here, so there was no gap down. That's the first thing I want to notice between today and Friday. So we opened up near this blue trend line that I had drawn before, and then we had gone all the way down to this mark over here, and then we closed below the 50 exponential moving average. Which is the first time we've done that since maybe May time. So pretty significant considering we haven't done that in a few months. Looking at the Dow Jones. So this one was a gap down, unlike the FAANG index. And this one is more of an indecision candle on pretty high volume. The last time it was this high was back in July when we had a mini pullback, I guess you could say. So this candle we see right here is an indecision candle because the wicks are long on both sides of the body. So tomorrow will give us a better indication of where the price wants to take us, but you can't really take much here other than there's a battle between the bulls and the bears. Taking a look at the SPY, similarly, this one actually shows more, this one's a little bit more bullish than the Dow Jones, as again we have that gap down, but you see the lower wick over here is much longer than the upper wick. So you see that buying pressure, you see the higher volume, it's right on that blue trend line that I had from beforehand. So this could be an interesting zone for buying pressure back at this $430 mark, as well as taking a look at the NASDAQ, again, similar to the S&P 500. Again, the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, they both overlap with a lot of the same companies, whereas just the NASDAQ is just more technology focused. So this one, again, similar but different. It gapped down below the 50 EMA, tested it, got rejected, then went all the way down, found buying pressure just like the S&P 500, and then closed over here. So again, it'll be interesting to see whether that buying pressure holds over the upcoming days and weeks, or if we trade sideways, if we have a big turnaround tomorrow. And this is another reason why I was actually buying the dip today, is because based on these charts over here, this was a big gap down. This was a big move down in one day. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it hasn't dipped enough yet. But these are also the same people that are saying it's going to keep dipping, and then they eventually never buy, it turns around, and then they never end up buying it on the way up because, oh, they missed the lowest price that they could have possibly gotten. So you can't be too greedy, but at the same time, you can't be too you can't be too trigger happy either. You got to find your opportunities and then pounce on them once they present themselves to you. So these candles on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, they do have some bullish indications that they are hammer candles. It doesn't really matter so much that it's a red candle versus a green candle, but that bottom wick on that high volume with the gap down does make one think that it would have been possible for the next day to have a big turnaround. And taking a look at the futures, so right now it's 11:15 Eastern on September 20th. They are quite green. Now anything can happen between now and hours from now, really, or from market open, but if this does hold, it wouldn't be surprising either to have that turnaround and have buyers step right back in. And every YouTuber's title is now going to be, are we in a bull trap, or is it going to continue going back higher from here? and that cycle just continues. So it'll be, again, there's always a narrative for whatever happens. Hindsight is 2020. So what stocks did I buy today? So the first stock that I bought today was Alphabet stock, Google. It has a $1.85 trillion market cap, a 52-week low of $1,400, a 52-week high of just over $2,900, and to think a $1.85 trillion market cap company had doubled. So it was under $1 trillion a year ago, and for it to double is unbelievable. And I remember talking to friends last year about the FAANG stocks and having conversations saying, hey, do we think these companies can double over the next 5-10 years? And at the time we're like, oh, it's already $1.5 trillion or $2 trillion. Is it really going to be in a market where we have $3 trillion companies and $4 trillion companies, and then is Tesla going to join them, and so on and so on? And at the time we were more skeptical, but with the way the market is going these days and the way things are being bid up, the liquidity, the crazy growth, the premiums are there. I mean, the trend's there. Google's a beast. I mean, you're watching this on YouTube right now, and I'm recording this on my Android phone, and Google is everywhere. It is America. The FAANG stocks are America. This is a no-brainer, not a hard pick. And it was also based very technically. Again, with that gap down and it hitting the 50 EMA, I'm like, listen, this is a point of interest. I'm going to buy it here, and if it goes lower from here, we're in a real big correction, but you know what? This is a gift for the long term, and that's my rationale. So I'm nibbling for now. I'm making it one of my bigger positions because I don't have any Google. I missed out on a lot of the gains this year with a lot of the FAANG stocks. I have a lot of Facebook, but not a lot of the other ones. So I want to diversify, broaden out in the FAANG stocks, but I missed out. So I'm trying to buy back in on pullbacks and on areas that I feel more comfortable with my strategy. The second stock I bought was Amazon stock. So again, not a crazy second pick either, just like Google. You can't go wrong with Amazon. It has unbelievable growth for so many different reasons. They currently have a market cap of $1.7 trillion, a 52-week low of $28.71, and a 52-week high of just under $3,800. And again, Amazon was less bought on technicals and more so just trying to get in on Amazon before it goes up to 4,000 and more. And whereas Google was more so hitting that 50 EMA and then making my case from there. But with Amazon, Amazon's Amazon. I wish I had bought this one a few weeks ago when it was trading for, I think, under 3,200 or near that area. I was being a little bit too greedy, but Amazon has been trading sideways for quite a while. I believe that it will break out over the next 6 to 12 months, especially how the end of the year as well. It is usually very strong seasonally for Amazon, and I feel like it won't be tamed for much longer. And again, you can't go wrong with the FAANG stocks. And not a very difficult stock pick by any means, but I'm just trying to take advantage of the opportunity. Again, if it dips more, then I'll try to average down on my position. And the third company I bought today was Skyworks Solution. They are a 5G microchip company, and they provide a lot of the chips in Apple devices. And they are a strong fundamental company. Great balance sheet, great management. I actually made a video on them that I'm going to link in my description below, where I talked more about the fundamentals of the company. And I just think it's secular growth, honestly, over the next 5 years or so. I expect the stock price to be much higher than it is right now, and I want to get in on this weakness right now. It's sitting around its 200 simple moving day average, so I am buying it partially on those technicals, and if it were to drop lower to 160, 150, 140, just got to look at it as an opportunity to average down on my position. But I do love the stock for the long term, and I think it's going to be much higher. But that's it, guys. Don't panic. I know what helps me a lot when the market's going down or when there's weakness is looking at the charts and seeing where the moving averages are, where the support levels are, and then making decisions from there. Knowing that I will never know exactly what's going to happen, but that's what makes me stronger in the market, accepting that I have no idea what's going to happen. Based from all the information that I can collect from the charts, from fundamentals, from market sentiment, from macroeconomic conditions, and then putting it all together, putting it in the blender, and then trying to figure it out all on my own. So no pressure, guys. Just kidding. Obviously, guys, just stick to your strategy. You know how to execute. Otherwise, that is the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my buys and what's the market going to do. Again, guys, subscribe, smash that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video.